Hi parents, it is Miss Douthit with the weekly update. It is a much shorter email and a much shorter video for this week, so we are going to go ahead and get started with reading. Students completed their Unit 1 quizzes on Friday. If you have your child log into Clever and go into Canvas and click on the quiz, you can review the questions with them. One really nice thing about Canvas is that it does record the amount of time that a student took on an assignment, so you can see how long it took your child. This quiz was 17 questions and it had two pretty long stories that they had to read. One was a text and one was a story. So we do expect each question to take students anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute, and then the stories themselves should have taken students anywhere from 3, 4, 5 minutes to read. So for this 17 question quiz, if you're noticing that your child finished it in like 10, 15 minutes, definitely encourage your child to slow down on it. But it is a nice thing to take a look at to see how long they spent on the quiz that they took. I will be working on grading PowerPoint projects, the business ones that students finished up last week. I will be working on grading those throughout this week. We are starting Unit 2 for reading. It's not going to be that much of a difference for students. Um, we have 6 units in reading with our Wonders curriculum that we use in Hillsborough County. 6 throughout the school year, and we are technically starting Unit 2 this week, but we're still going to be working on the same benchmarks, and everything comes back around with reading. So even though we're starting a new unit, it's not going to be drastically different. We do have a new set of vocabulary words for the next 2 weeks, though, and then we do also have a new essential question. So we're moving out of talking about businesses and successful businesses and being an entrepreneur, and we're moving into what helps an animal survive, and we're talking about adaptations for animals. Our new vocabulary words are camouflaged, dribbles, extraordinary, poisonous, pounce, predator, prey, and vibrations. In math this week, we are working on multiplicative comparison scenarios. Students will need to solve for an unknown in any position, create an equation to match and use a variable to represent the unknown. All scenarios will be using the 0 to 12 facts along with related division facts. I have included the district document regarding this benchmark. At the bottom of the document are some ideas of how you can support your child at home. So if you're questioning what that looks like in math, there is a link to an example paper that you can click on to take a look at. In science, we are starting Unit 4. Students will identify and describe different forms of energy, including light, heat, sound, electrical, and energy of motion. Students will identify the different types of energy produced or used by objects. The vocabulary words for this unit are energy, light, heat or thermal, electrical, sound, and energy of motion. The assessment for Unit 4 will be on Monday, September 29th. Students can take home science notebooks, but please make sure they are returned to school the next day. Conferences. A Sign Up Genius link will be going out this week to begin signing up for conferences. Our conference night will be on October 2nd, but we will start having conference availability after school. Mrs. Gruber and I are two separate reading teachers, and we don't have the same students. So please make sure to list your child's name when you're signing up for a conference. That way we know who to prepare for and who needs to be there for that conference. Miss Urquhart and Miss McCullough have all 4 groups of students, so they know everybody, but I only know half of the students, and Miss Gruber only knows half the students. So just please make sure that you're putting your child's name so we know who needs to be there for the conference and who to prepare for. Kona Ice is coming again this Friday. You can prepay online or you can send your child in with cash the day of. I know that Kona Ice cups usually start at $4, and I think they have the $4, $5, and $6 cups if you want to send your child in with cash. We do not let students get free cups of Kona Ice. We usually just get it during our recess time, and the kids that get it go buy Kona Ice and eat it, and then the other kids just kind of play at recess. Classroom store. Roughly once a month, we like to do a classroom store where students can buy items using their STAR tickets. Students have been saving up, and we would love to do our first store next Friday on the 3rd. I will send out an Amazon link with some treasure box items if you would like to order anything and contribute to the store. Other great items are the boxes of candy at the dollar store, like the ones that you get at the movie theater. Kids absolutely love those, and I find that the box ones are definitely more of a limited amount for students to eat if they buy that at school. And then the Target and Walmart dollar sections up front and the clearance section too is usually fantastic if you want to go over the weekend or if you go one day after school and you take a look in those sections and find some items that you think students would be interested in. Definitely grab them, and you're welcome to send them in with your child, or you can drop them in the front office if you would like to. Sometimes it is a little bit cheaper to go to the dollar store and buy some items than it is to buy them on Amazon, but I definitely will send out that Amazon link if you would like to purchase something on there and send it in. Kids absolutely go crazy for the store. We only do it every now and then, so it's really exciting for them to save up for it. And it really encourages good behavior in the classroom because kids will get paid for their good behavior. The kids will also get paid for helping out with different things. Like I pay students for doing their jobs in class. So it can be really fun for students to see like the prize of what they have been working for, or they can buy something that really excites them. Progress reports. Students did go home with progress reports on Friday of last week. Please make sure you take a look at them, you sign them, and then have your child return them to their homeroom teacher by this Friday, the 26th. We understand that some parents are definitely wanting to talk about progress reports and talk about grades. That is why you should keep an eye out for the conference sign up. We are going to be sending that a little bit later this week. And if you have concerns, you have questions, definitely sign up for one of those time slots. Thank you so much for all that you do at home to support your child. We appreciate it, especially after progress reports are coming home this week. We know that some of you have questions, so keep an eye out for those other emails that are coming out a little bit later. And I will see you in the next video.